New York City, the city of dreams. This footage you're about to see was shot almost a year ago. Prick Kelsey went to NYC to complete recording the project. Knowledge is Power, the Dicemans follow-up album produced by Italy's Maurizio the Nextone. This film is here to highlight and shed light on the challenges facing artists in their later years, the realities of what it takes and requires in 2024 and beyond. This is one person's perspective on the realities what is required from artists and creatives trying to make it in the world of hip-hop. Multi-award-winning producer, filmmaker and photographer, Pritt has dedicated his life to this art. Be under no illusion to be in your 50s comes with real challenges. We do this because it is who we are. For many, this art form, this culture is the vehicle to express themselves. It is a culture that came from the streets. This wasn't built by machine, or was it manufactured? That came later. Everyone had to pay their dues. It was and is an experience like no other. On that journey, Pritt, through his work and dedication, he earned the respect of his peers. Over years, people have come and gone, having to face all the challenges life throws at you. It is about rising to the occasion. That is the story of hip-hop. Overcoming all obstacles and finding a solution to deliver your art and your creations. If you recognize your gift, it is your duty not to waste it. If people far and wide are drawn to you, you must have been doing something right. Success requires sacrifice. Sacrifice can be measured by hard work. To be great requires focus and dedication. Talk alone is not enough. We come from a place no one expects us to win. We came together because we all believe we have something to prove. It unified us. It's also the thing that can divide us. This project should be monumental. Wake up.
When we was young and hustling, we hit the block every day, or we was out there for hours, or whatever you doing, or you got a job or a paper route. We used to pack bags in Pathmark, and my thing was, if I could get there early, I could have the rest of my day. You know what I'm saying? And I make, I'm 10, 11 years old with $30, $35 in quarters and singles. That is good. Of course. Even if sometimes just your presence and just your little I will forever amaze, keeping them cowards in the days, and now I murder music, then I manhandle the microphone, no denying the skills already been shown. Listen, I'm a whole vibe and zone, my flow it hits like a chisel, when it be carved in stone, I'm wetting this shit up, you just a drizzle, dry and gone, I'm here cause I belong, not cause I had a hit song, anything ever went wrong, I blame Sean, I pick up the pieces and keep my step, keep pushing on, I'm the quiet riot, the silent storm, the type you sleep on, wake up, everything be gone. I go beyond and on to the break of dawn. Mama said, go ahead and kill them cause you not the norm. And by the time they catch on, you go be long gone. They stuck on the same tune, singing the same song, the Pelon Dawn. Yes, it's Sean. I'm a red alert and ring the alarm, but hold on. I'm still shaking off my morning. That's right. My jitters. Not jitters, but
I'm so happy that we got this. Alright. You say when?
Go ahead. Just delete that. Okay, we should be good. Go ahead.
Or you say when?
You go ahead. Yo, wait a minute, give a listen now. I think I shake it every time I shoot my shot. Yo, I triple digit, monster moves being made, major never midget. Dice man came to spit it, did it without a gimmick. You know my flow frigid, everything they said I couldn't do, kid. You know I did it. My concepts crippled the critic. I lit my own path, then I saw through the dark like Riddick now. Each step I'm holding my pivot now. I'm sharp yet rigid. I could kill your project with a snippet. I'm built to take it. It's my turn to get it. So here's the shovel, cause it's your turn to dig it. So wait a minute now and give a listen, cause every time I grip the mic, you know I'm bound to split it. Bars are like blades, I will forever amaze, keeping them coward niggas in the days. And now I murder music, then I manhandle the microphone. No denying the skills already been shown. Listen, I'm a whole vibe and zone. My flow it hits like a chisel when it be carved in stone. I'm wetting shit up. You just a drizzle dry and gone. I'm here cause I belong, not cause I had a hit song. Anything ever went wrong, I blame Sean. I pick up the pieces and keep my step, keep pushing on. I'm the quiet riot, the silent storm, the type you sleep on, wake up everything be gone. I go beyond and on to the break of dawn. Mama said go ahead and kill him cause you not the norm. By the time they catch on, you go be long gone. They stuck on the same tune, singing the same song. The P-Long Dawn, yes it's Sean. I'm a red alert, ring the alarm, but hold on.
Diceman and I, we go. I've been here many nights with Dice. 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. We listening to Pete Rock beats, Ninth Wonder beats, just so I can hear Dice rhyme, man. And I gotta go to work the next morning. I'm a 9 to 5 dude. I gotta go to work. I gotta be working 9 o'clock. I'm leaving Dice house 5 in the morning listening to beats like I'm nuts. And just to evolve, how I see Dice evolve over the years, man, is astounding to me. I've watched this guy grow through leaps and boundaries. Honestly, his style is just, connected to everything. His the smoothness, how he couldn't relate to just like any beat and put some soul into it. So, I've seen Dice come a long way. He always had a different thing about him, his rhyming style, and you can just see it, you can just hear it.
And then go to the next one. So I got going on. Here this go, man. Look. Whenever you think of any successful crew, basketball team, football, whatever, any success of more than one person when it involves others, there has to be someone who actually sees the bigger picture. There are people who see the picture, and some people may see a big picture, but not everybody sees the bigger picture. So the role you have, and you meaning Prick, for those that are viewing and catching this like this, your role is important, man, because first off, the most success you have from yourself is when you operate with the understanding of where you are lacking. So you seem to cover so many areas where people like myself have lacked the output, because it's so easy to get caught up in the hoopla of what it is. So your importance to be able to deliberate and say no and be willing to have that fight with the artist gives me the sense of, oh, this is going to be dope because this person's not going to let me just have my way.
The importance of this project is that I'm seeing the evolution of Dice Man here. It's a continuation of his journey, and actually, I've spoken to a few people. I spoke to Force, who's my partner in the label. Is that I want to narrow down what we're putting out and the people that we're working with, only because like a lot of the releases you know, have drained me. They're all projects I love and, you know, I 1000% believe in, but some of them have been draining. And in this stage of my life now, I feel like I need to be working with where everybody's proactive, and that's the benefit of working with someone like a Diceman, because he's been nothing but proactive. Yeah, I mean, we all got personal things that we deal with, but he's been proactive. And as I said, you can walk into his studio and see that he's invested heavily into himself and his future. And you know, it's not just me who saw it. People who know him, like A.G was here yesterday, they felt the same thing.
Man, hey, I knew from the time that you touched down, you hit ground in New York, you ain't about just sitting here just chilling. We just gonna sit here and watch ESPN. From the time you hit here, I know y'all was hitting the pavement, hitting ground, and it was good because I think Dice needs that spark plug, and you probably same token appreciate an artist who's willing to let's do what we got to do to make it happen. And I know you see that in Dice is the reason why you come from abroad, you crossed the land to be here, man. This is like a weekend from you. You came up here for this, man. And again, it's because of the love of the culture that you have, obviously. But again, you're not just coming just because of that to do no quick visit. You came because you see something in the brother. The purpose of me making this video is because this has been 3 years in the making, and we've hit a wall where some people have built barriers in front of themselves, which in how I look at them as being illusions, right? Diceman is probably one of the greatest MCs I've ever heard in my life. Wherever was. As I said, Diceman is, in my opinion, one of the greatest MCs there ever has been. He's evolved over the years. His songwriting is just something that fascinates me. He can communicate and speak in a language that a younger generation can listen to, and still he maintains credibility with them. You know, he has a vocab. It's a street vocab, but you have to decipher his lines. This is the reason we had to put a book together with the last album, because I thought it was important that people could actually read his lyrics and then kind of decipher them. But over the years he has evolved, and you know, me, Maurizio and others, you know, we get to hear him writing lyrics as he's doing it, and he'll call me up and he'll say, look, check out this, and I think he's one of the greatest ever. I'll put it out there. He's one of the greatest ever, and that's the reason really that I have to make this video, because I think at this age now, I think for anyone to be successful, no matter how good they are, right, if you are not delivering the product, you cannot expect anything in return from the public or people who can actually help you climb that ladder to a place of success that we're looking for. You've got to deliver this project. You've got to complete it. You've got to finish it. I think the world deserves it. I think even more important, you deserve it. Maurizio deserves it, and myself, because even on our own journeys, Maurizio's journey, which, you know, if anyone knows a little bit about Maurizio, this is a true legend in hip hop. He's done incredible things in b-boying and breaking and the music as well, but as a cultural icon and for somebody who's been a flag bearer for the culture, you know, Maurizio has done incredible things. And myself, you know, I've been around a long time. I've been a filmmaker, documenting, I've been producing and directing videos, and I'm one of the few people in the country, in the UK, that's where I'm based, that for over 20 years, you know, has been going back and forth to New York to work on projects. Every project that I've released or been involved in, because it may not come on my label, I've been there being hands-on. There's very few people in the UK that can turn around and say that every project for over 25 years, this guy's been over there working the project, going into the studios, guiding the artists through them and trying to help them bring out the very best in themselves. You know, again, very involved in the artwork, all the photography, all the films that come out, they're done by me. Return back to the UK and it'd be me and people like Force, who I've known for well over 10 years now, that we'll work in the background on a project
You know, we'll take a project and add a little bit our flavour to it, to take the project to the next level without actually impacting the integrity of the project via the artist.
Seriously, to get more focused and get more dedicated to what he's doing, what words of advice can you give Dice?
Well, the advice I give Dice basically is that I'm constantly pushing him, telling him, man, you just got to just do you, man. Look at your vision. Don't worry about anybody else's. You know, you got your own style. You follow your style. Whoever supports you, that's who you ride with. And that's not to say anything about anybody else. You know, who may feel a certain way. It's about you evolving and becoming yourself and perfecting, in his case, his craft. And everyone has a vision. Everyone has different visions. We look at things differently and different in our lenses. And there's nothing wrong with that, man. That's what life is about. That's the beauty of life. And you know, the more and more he follows that path and continue to do what he got to do and just keep focused and just keep reaching for the stars, man. Because there's never no end to this thing. It's you just keep going and going and going until you just go. You can't go no more.
I can say that we all got integrity for art. The problem is we've come to this point now that this project has come to a standstill. Let's get this out. Let's get this out to the world, because I think after that, I think the relief and the fact that you can move on and people can get that music, it's very important now that we have to self-reflect, because we are in our 50s and, you know, let's be under no illusion again, is that it's very difficult. We've seen over the last few months some very high-profile artists putting out albums that come from the hip-hop genre. You know, groups with tons of credibility. You know, their catalogues are incredible. These are household names in hip-hop. They are. This actually, you know, and pretty much the core and the spine of the music. And these albums have come very high-profile, and they've disappeared in almost, you know, 1 or 2 weeks. They're not talking points anymore. You know, growing up buying records, these records, you know, they'll be talking points for years. But this is the world that we're living in now. Even some of the greatest artists are delivering records, and people you can have a conversation with, they couldn't even tell you what the artwork looks like, right? That's a reality. Now, we're an underground group. Yes, we have our own stories, and yes, we have our own histories. We've done some wonderful things, right? But I still feel that we're very, very underground, and so we don't have the machine or the mechanism for us to be on that stage or that platform to actually get the attention or the promotion that we probably desperately need. Yeah. So it's going to be a lot of hard work. It is going to be a lot of hard work, and it requires us to rise to the occasion. And this is the purpose I made this video.
With the artist gives me the sense of, oh, this is going to be dope because this person's not going to let me just have my way. And I think your role can very much get overlooked because you give so much. So, you know, for me, I accept the challenge because I'm somebody who wants my own way. I want my own way. We all want our own way. But you need to be challenged when it's time to grow. And if you are great, you must be challenged by someone who's great. And these ain't just cliches, this is just real work. So if you take a minute to scan around my studio, you'll see that I came to be great. So when I met you meaning Prit, for those that are listening and viewing, you know, your role is super important because you just don't see the finished product. You see after the product's over. You see the value in the artist. You see the value in the producer. And moreover, you see the value in yourself, and you know how important you are and what you bring to the table. So that's equally as important as the artist or if you want to say I'm the face of our project right now with myself, Maurizio, and you, yeah, I'm important, but you come to the table knowing you're just as important as me. But I have a different role, and you're able to say, well, I may not go on and be able to rhyme the record, Dice, because this is your record, but I'm able to rhyme the record because of what you did and your contribution. You're not just somebody who has a car and let me borrow the car. You somebody that actually makes cars and showed me how to make my own car so I could get off and drive. So again, as I went back to before when I talked about my brother seeing me always in my head, you'll get a computer interface and a mic, so when cues give you beats, you know, you was the same way when that day when you came after we met you at the Zulu anniversary when you was with Jazzy and we had performed with Black Sheep. I believe Eclipse was there because we didn't was Eclipse there that day? He was a DJ, right? So, you know, shout out to Eclipse, man. That's my man Easy. You know, I call him, it's one of my bros, man. But like seeing me was influential to me in making me get an interface and computer and a mic. When I met you that day in front of the barbershop, and when we shot Jingle Jangle, and we was waiting on cues to come, and I don't know, I felt compelled, because you was just gonna interview us for your film, but I felt compelled, like this guy need to hear me rhyme. You know, I was still in, please listen to my demo mode, and this was just a couple years ago, because I knew where I have grown as an MC, and I started listening to what you were saying. And yo, I'm a fan of you guys are super dope, what you're doing, and I believe that time we had just finished 3 the Bronx Way, and we had went over to DITC, because that's the picture we got too in the book. Me, you, Q's a show, and we let you listen to the album, and you was like, yo, word, it's crazy, it's dope. You know, you gave us our props, but then me and you went out and had to grab the bite. Q's left us. Me and you went out, had a bite to eat, and you was like, yo, what you doing with all those rhymes? Like, what you, like, and I'm like, yeah, I'm doing them, you know, I'm Q's, I got some beats, but you was like, all right, you got beats and you got songs, but what are you doing with them? So again, you see how important you was, because I thought that what I was doing was enough. I got the beat, I got a song to it, and I memorized it. So I got about 17 songs completed. I might have spit to you about 9 songs. But you was like, what are you doing with it? And I was like, yo, I'm finishing, I'm waiting. You was like, yo, I got this small label, and you ran down, and you know, for me it was like, okay, like, cause nobody never approached me about going solo. Or even doing a project displaying my skills, and by this time Q's had already he was show, which was a good hit overseas in Japan, especially like around 1999, 2000 was really when my pen game and my memory game got ill, because even Q's, you know, me and Q used to go back and forth, and he's like, yeah, Dice, we gonna put out a project on you. But it was, again, it never really took place, because in my head I finished the album, right? But it was never out, and it was never completed, and so this will spin back to why you're important. You and your meaning Prit. I'm talking to Prit, because, you know, sometimes you need people around you that see you. You know, I don't mean with their eyes and they see you, oh yeah, I see him right there. But see your potential, see your could be. So you looked at me and was like, yo, you could be doing this. And I was like, you know what, you are right. I'm not doing that. So you inspired that, and that came about because you were persistent and you weren't passive about it. You were aggressive and assertive. And when I say aggressive, you was, you know, it's like if you ran into somebody who had money and they're not using it wisely. You're like, yo, what you doing with all this money? Or what you doing with all these clothes? You don't even wear them, man. Take some pictures or give them to people who need them. Or so it's like, yo, what are you doing with all this talent? You're not using it. That's what I'm really asking you. Yeah, I see it. Your guys is dope and you did this and you did that, but what are you doing with it? So you posed a question that once I really asked myself that, it made me tighten my shoes and buckle up, and then it really just brought it home when my brother was like, get the computer and software, because although my brother was on my what's happening, it wasn't until I met you that I actually went and bought the computer and the mic and all of that and the interface, because you said you would help me put out a project. And I said, put out a project? And I'm in my head, I'm like, damn, like I did in the 90s with a big record company, you gonna help me put out my own record? Then shout out to Mo Love from Ultra. You had did something with Mo, I believe at the time. That might have been one of your first joints. And you was like, yeah, man, when I get back, I'm gonna send it to you. 2-3 weeks later, I got a package at the door, and like Chuck was telling you about how when he saw Power, how he was, you know, it made him feel good that you wanted to work with him. That's how I felt when I saw Mo Love's joint. And I didn't even hear it yet at the time, and I was like, oh man, this guy's serious. I mean, I'm serious with the rhyming and, you know, rocking over beats, but no, he's actually doing it. So that is what really put the fire under my ass and made me go buy this computer interface and mic, and I start getting busy, and that is what you see, the House of Bars. That is what led up to all of the studio issues, me doing beats and learning how to produce. Yeah, Prit, you was responsible for that. So yeah, man, you're really vital to this whole issue.
The footage of Maurizio that you're going to see, now that's filmed well over 10 years. It's possible that film footage is 12 years or 13 years old. And I filmed an interview with him in Torino many years ago, and just to talk and give us an insight into his background and his ideas as a producer. So I thought it was relevant to put some of this footage into this film. I have lots of footage from when I was in New York and at Maurizio's place in Italy, and this is just a snippet of it. I'll probably release all that footage when we probably produce a film for the actual release of the record. So you're getting a little snapshot of things that were actually, you know, some of the things I've documented.
Hey, yo, what's up everybody? My name is The Next One, aka Maurizio. I'm from Italy. Been down with hip hop since 1984. This is Beats for Life Studio. It's like, it took like all my 20 years career in hip hop to build this. You know, there's a lot of work, a lot of dedication for music, for everything that really incorporate what it is, the culture of hip hop. So basically is this. You know, dedication means every day, but of course then you have a daily priority, like every human being has. So you gotta take care of your family, work, and etc. That means hip-hop nowadays, the way it's structured, still doesn't give enough love to everyone in order to, you know, if you sacrifice your life, invest your life, your time, full time in this culture, it doesn't mean still you can make it only with that. So me as a producer, dancer, b-boy, you know, DJ, when I travel with the dance, with the b-boy, or for DJ or whatever. Of course, I don't have the time to work in a studio, but there are times that you don't have gigs, you know, and if you don't have gigs, instead of doing nothing, I work in the studio and I do my music. Or if I do something else and I come back at 4 o'clock in the a.m., no matter how much I'm tired, from 4 to 7 or to 6, you know, I'm gonna make a beat, that's for sure. Or maybe have one day in a week, that day is gonna be seven beats, you know what I mean? I'm gonna anyway build in my time in order to make it, and still, you know, learning and study the art of this culture, you know. So because this is like my man Guru used to say, that's a daily operation. And I think if you want to get good one day, you gotta work hard.
When I see talent and I see someone that's great, I want to help push them and help them be the person, the artist that they want to be. But the work has to come from the artist, right? I can only do so much. And I think you know, this video is a plea to let's get this record done. Let's get it out into the world so people can enjoy it and appreciate it.